What if I told you that Epcot once held a hidden gem where Viking boats sailed into Norse legends, trolls cast spells, and the story of Norway came alive? This wasn't your average Disney ride. It was Maelstrom, and when Disney announced its closure, fans were furious. So, what was it about this ride that created such a devoted following? And why did Disney let it go? Let's sail back in time and find out. But first, I'd ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click that subscribe button? Great, thanks so much. Now, back to the video. Epcot's World Showcase was built to be a cultural experience, representing the heritage, history, and stories of different nations. Disney initially envisioned the World Showcase as a place for education and cultural immersion. In the late 1980s, they were looking to add a new pavilion, and Norway, a country known for its stunning natural landscapes, mythology, and storied past, was an ideal candidate. Disney worked with Norwegian investors and the Norwegian government to bring Norway to life in Epcot, securing around $9 million from Norwegian businesses and even the tourist board. But there was a twist. The ride had to showcase Norway's culture and nature in an unforgettable way. So, Disney Imagineers worked with Intamin Amusement Rides, a design and manufacturing company in Sean, Liechtenstein, best known for designing and constructing thrill rides and roller coasters at dozens of international theme parks, amusement parks, and other establishments, to create a ride that wasn't a typical fairy tale or Disney-style adventure, but instead, a journey into the myths and folklore that made Norway unique. This is how Maelstrom was born. The attraction was originally supposed to be called Sea Venture, with the entrance sign during construction even displaying it as such. But sometime between March 1988 and the ride's opening, it was changed. The Norway Pavilion and Maelstrom officially opened on July 5, 1988, in a grand ceremony attended by Norwegian officials, including the then Crown Prince Harald. This marked Norway as the 11th country in the World Showcase. Maelstrom was ambitious for its time. Disney Imagineers designed Viking-style boats, which guests would board to drift through misty fjords and enchanted forests. They planned immersive scenes featuring animatronic trolls, a polar bear, and a backward drop, rare for any Disney ride at the time. The ride featured Norway's folklore, its untouched wilderness, and even a look at its modern-day industries. From the start, Maelstrom didn't feel like your typical Epcot experience. The ride began in a quiet but eerie setting, with boats moving through a dense forest covered in mist. Norway's ancient spirits seemed alive around every turn, as riders were brought through scenic views of Norway. The lighting for this ride was always low, adding to its mysterious vibe, and riders departed from a dock traveling by boat, which turned a corner into a dark tunnel and up the Flume's lift hill. A voice warned riders that those who seek the spirit of Norway face peril and adventure, but more often find beauty and charm. Arriving at the top of the hill, a lit face of the Germanic and Norse god Odin hovered above. Riders passed through scenes of seafarers and maritime villages depicting a mythological version of Norway's Viking days. Soon they encountered their first mythological beings, the trolls. The troll encounter became one of Maelstrom's signature moments. These trolls weren't friendly. They were stern, demanding, and otherworldly. As the boat glided deeper into the forest, 3 trolls would appear, warning guests to leave or suffer the consequences. Mind you, these trolls were animatronics, even though they felt larger than life in that dark, foggy room. The lead troll then pointed towards the boat and shouted these unforgettable words: "Disappear! Disappear!" Then, with a sudden jolt, the boat began to move backwards. This backward drop was a thrilling moment that felt like a spell had really been cast. This effect was accelerated by hidden conveyor belts underneath the water surface. But to guests, it was just pure adventure, and the immersion was something Disney fans adored, creating an experience that was part thrill ride, part cultural showcase. The beloved trolls' names were Heimdall, Odin, and Troll King. These nods to Norse mythology added a layer of authenticity to the storytelling, which fans loved. Maelstrom's trolls had such a strong following that some fans created troll-themed merchandise. The boat eventually slowed as it entered a stunning Arctic scene. Here, riders saw animatronic polar bears standing on icy rocks, watching the boat drift past. The set design was inspired by Norway's northern wilderness, known for its polar bears and snow-capped landscapes. This segment captured the isolation and majesty of Norway's far north regions, giving guests a glimpse of the natural beauty that defined the country. The next scene was equally impressive. As the boat reached the edge of a waterfall, riders were treated to a panoramic view over a Norwegian fjord. This was a nod to the real-world fjords and massive cliffs that line Norway's coastlines, creating an image both beautiful and intimidating. After a brief climax with the waterfall, the journey took a surprising turn towards Norway's modern-day industries. The boat passed by an offshore oil rig, a significant symbol of Norway's economy and technological innovation. This part of the ride was suitable for an Epcot attraction, blending fantasy with real-world elements. After passing very close to the oil rig, the ride came to an abrupt end in a calm harbor of a small village, where the narrator announced, "Norway's spirit has always been an adventure." As guests exited the ride, they had the option of watching a 5-minute tourism film, The Spirit of Norway, which highlighted various attractions in Norway including skiing, hiking, and the Kyrag Mountain. For Disney fans, Maelstrom felt like Epcot's hidden treasure. It was the only Disney ride to fully embrace Norse mythology and Nordic culture. The trolls, the mythical forest, and the backward drop all created an adventure that felt almost like stepping into an old legend. Fans appreciated that it was an unusual experience, blending Disney magic with a darker, more mysterious tone. Maelstrom was thrilling without being intense, making it an all-ages attraction. Adults loved the immersive storytelling and Norse themes, while kids were captivated by the trolls and the surprising backward drop. This combination meant families could experience the thrill of adventure without the need for a high-speed roller coaster. Fans quickly became attached to Maelstrom's uniqueness. Some even described it as their first introduction to Nordic mythology, sparking an interest in Norway's culture and folklore. The ride developed a devoted fan base who appreciated its blend of culture and myth, qualities that felt more authentic and educational than most theme park rides. However, the ginning of the end started in 2013, as Frozen became the highest-grossing Disney animated film since The Lion King in 1994. In September 2014, Disney announced Maelstrom would be closing. In the following year, they announced it would make way for Frozen Ever After, a new attraction based on the wildly popular movie. Fans were outraged. For many, Maelstrom represented the last vestige of Epcot's original mission to educate guests about cultures. They saw Frozen as a sign of Disney's increasing reliance on intellectual property, rather than original attractions, which sparked heated debates. Some fans accused Disney of selling out World Showcase to make room for their more popular franchise. They argued that Disney was losing Epcot's educational focus in favor of quick profits. Fans launched online petitions, social media campaigns, and even organized small gatherings to protest Maelstrom's closure. Critics felt that Disney was capitalizing on the movie's popularity rather than honoring Epcot's educational roots. During Maelstrom's final week, lines stretched hours long, with fans eager to experience the ride one last time. Some even flew in for just one last go on the Viking boats through Norway's myths and legends. Maelstrom wasn't just a ride, it was a symbol of Epcot's cultural mission. By blending thrilling adventure with an educational twist, it set Epcot apart from other Disney parks. Today, fans remember it as a bridge between cultures and myths, capturing the heart of what Epcot was originally about. To this day, Maelstrom holds a special place in Disney lore. Some fans even dress up as Viking explorers in Norway's Pavilion, and others have kept memorabilia from the ride. There's a lasting sentiment among Epcot fans that rides like Maelstrom are essential to keeping Disney's parks unique, blending wonder and education. Interestingly, Frozen Ever After kept a few of Maelstrom's elements. The Viking boats, for instance, were repurposed, and you can still spot a few nods to the original ride in the queue area. There's even a small tribute to Maelstrom's original trolls, a hidden detail that fans love to point out. But for many fans, nothing will ever quite match the original journey through Norway's legends. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. See you next time!